One, two, the three. Checking the mic. Mic check. All right. So we're back into live streaming 2.0. So hello everybody, or hello couple people watching, or nobody watching. It does not matter. I'm still doing it. So today's stream, I'm pretty much like the title says. I've been watching a couple of videos and movies in the past week, and I've been getting inspired to writing some cinematic music. Game of Thrones would be a good starting. It's pretty like medieval, however you say it. So I guess I'm gonna start from there. So where do we start? So older music, medieval music. They didn't have any electronic instruments. I don't think they have pianos either. Maybe like a super old basic. Let's find out. Medieval music. Time frame. Roughly 1,000 years for the late Middle Ages. So the late Middle Ages or late medieval period was a period of European history lasting from AD 1250 to 1500. The late Middle Ages followed the High Middle Ages and preceded the onset of the early modern period around 1300. So from 1300 to 1500, let's see, when did the piano was created? So the piano was invented by Bartolomeo Cristofori, 1655 to 1731 of Italy. So that's roughly 100 years off. So in other words, they did not have piano in the Middle Ages or Game of Thrones music. So good enough. I'm gonna start with some piano because that's what I do. We can start this music. So let's get piano. Cool. Alright, so piano could be one. Some sort of strings, violin, cello could be a second one. I know for a fact they had like wind instruments, like a flute or like a horn. So I could use some of that, and then vocals. But I like to start with my piano because I'm already used to the sounds and I can write progressions and melodies super easily using the piano. So it'd be cheating in a way, but hey, who cares? So first of all, I get my piano, and I always throw a Ozone, which is a plugin. Which is a plug-in to properly mix the piano. So you roughly want to start mixing everything as you create it, because otherwise you're going to make the entire song, and at the end of the song, you're going to realize, oh crap, it doesn't sound good. So you have to go back and properly fix it. So that being the case, I got my piano. So you want to get rid of the low frequencies. Let's do 140. And I want to I actually don't have a MIDI connector. It's just the keyboard of the computer. I'm playing with the keyboard. So I have to boost. So my low frequency is 140. Get rid of that. On my low bass to mid bass, I usually do 65, but I'm going to keep it at 60 today. I don't want to go crazy. So my high, medium to high frequencies. Usually do 75. Today I'm going to do 70. Stay conservative a tiny bit. In my high frequencies, 10,000 and above, you can really hear it. Oh, notice it. So when I say I'm doing 90, basically what I'm saying, or what I mean is Ozone, or this plugin actually, it works as a compressor and it works as a maximizer. So you go to the limiter side on the left over here, and you go low like a compressor would. You actually increase the output of whatever frequency or band that you applying. If you go to the right side over here, which says compressor, it's actually compressing, so it's limiting the output. But I'm sure nobody's interested in this. So now you can already tell the frequency output is the sound output. It's already way different to what it was in the beginning. All right. So now that we have the piano, I could start. Okay, so a little bit of music theory. So back in those old times, I don't know the dates, but in the very beginning, when old times, back in the day, old music, they did not have the same keys, the same modes, the same keys. Yeah, the same keys. So basically they use modes. They had 7 different modes, which is basically you counting a mode per every note of the keyboard, for example. So you got C to C, C, D, E, F, G, A, and B. So every note, they made a different mode for each note. A little complicated, and that's just counting the 7 the seven regular notes. It has a specific name, but I forgot about it. But then you have your sharps and you have your diminishes, I mean your sharps and your flats. Anyway, so back in the day, older times, they use modes instead of what we use today, which is just mainly two majors or minors, which technically is still modes. The only difference is major and minor. You can use those two and it fits with anything else. With different modes that I'm going to show you right now, you can't really play plug and play because they don't really match. You're going to have distortions here and there. Anyway, so I'm going to show you my piano scales. So I was telling you 7 notes, right? So every note is a different mode and they have 7 different names. So from 1 to 7, as you can see over here, the higher or from 1, number 1 is starting on 1, is supposed to be bright sound, happy sound. The lower you go, 7, is supposed to be dark. And just to keep it like simple, this is like the main 7, but you could go, I think they have like 12 or more. So 1 is going to be Ionian. I don't know how you say it properly, but it's supposed to be happy. Then 2, Dorian, is a little darker. 3, Phrygian, a little darker. Lydian, way darker. I think I'm jumping my 5, which is natural minor. Minor is dark. 6, Phrygian. 7, Locrian, which is the darkest. So I like writing on the darker side. So today I'm going to use Dorian, because medieval, old music, I think of darker sides. Everything was miserable back in the day. So let's just jump into that. Let's just keep it on the C, which I don't have it, so let's make it D. So D, Dorian. Bam. So I already created my my MIDI notes, which is kind of like cheating, but so watching, and who doesn't know anything about music, every mode, every one of those names that I showed you has a combination of 7 notes. So each one is different 7 combinations. So basically, when you go to school, you're supposed to memorize all those different combinations. So what I do, because I'm a lazy person, I previously recorded every single note and I transcribed it to MIDI. So I have my MIDI notes already written down, like so. So now I can just grab one of those, which is a single different note, drop it into my piano, and I already have my chords. Perfect. So we gotta lower the velocity. I don't know if you can tell, but it sounds dark. It sounds pretty freaking dark. Let's make it longer. Dun dun dun. Dun. So basically what I'm doing, it's you always get your chords. A chord is basically any two notes, two or more notes that you play at the same time. That's technically a triad or a chord. So now, because it's usually three, it's easier to get three. You get the three and then you just play around to whatever your heart desires. Or you can do a little trick like so. And it sounds way better now. Dun, dun, dun. So that could be a scene where Jon Snow it's realizing that the winter is never gonna come. But father, winter is coming soon. I'm getting chilly. Cool. So now I could replace the piano with a horn or some sort of flute. Let's see. Flute. Ooh. Kind of like that. And now I could keep my piano way hitting in the background. So lower the volume to -16, which is barely noticeable. -21. Then the Dorian progression A. So basically now what I'm doing is just saving my progression. So if I change it, get rid of it, or do something and I want to go back to the original, I can just go back and use it from here. So this is my piano. This is my new flute. So Ableton flute 8. So same thing. Copy, drag, and copy. Lower the pitch an octave. Ooh, I had an idea. I have an idea. So what if I get a drone? So basically a drone is any chord that plays sustain on the background on top of whatever chord progression is playing at the moment. For example, if I get the first chord from this flute and I just extend it and just let it play around by itself as long as possible. Well, very long actually. Same thing is going to be in the background, just playing. Then you get the piano. -6. Something like that. But by now I could change the sound or the instrument. I could try something else. So let's change to flute B. mute it and just swap it. What is this? Nope. What if I just try an octave higher?